I'm lucky enough to say that I'm doing what I always dreamed of doing, and I don't know too many other people that can say that.
My great-grandfather Lester bought the land in 1907.
They had a few cows, some pigs, chickens, just your typical northern New England farm.
He was still logging and riding the railroad across the river, spotted the woman in the farmhouse on the corner of the road and decided that he had to buy the land across the river and marry that woman.
He started a subsistence farming, feeding the family, and whatever extra they had, they would sell in town.
In rural New Hampshire, if you didn't take care of putting up and preserving your own food, you're probably going to get pretty hungry in January.
Lester's sons, Ivan and Ashton, actually transformed the farm from more of a subsistence farm to feed the family to a commercial dairy herd.
Ivan was a very steadfast visionary, and he made improvements.
So my wife's grandfather was a mover and a shaker. It went from setting cans of milk for the railroad to pick up on its way into Concord every morning to being picked up by a tanker truck, put in glass bottles, and then brought out to stores as stores started to get bigger.
When my grandfather took over the farm, he grew it from about 20 cow herd to milking 60 to 80 animals.
In the 80s, Jamie and I came home and wanted to form a partnership with my folks.
We needed to grow the farm to be able to sustain the new family coming into the business.
My dad married into it, so when they came back, they grew the herd even more.
We went from right around 100 cows to a little over 230. We built new barns. Better ventilation was better for the cows. We built a new milking center, so we went from milking 8 cows at a time to milking 20 cows at a time. We were feeling really good because we'd grown the farm. We were shipping more milk than we'd ever shipped before.
Yeah, things were working pretty good, and milk price was pretty decent.
In the early 2000s, it was great for growing a dairy herd. And then
if you remember 2009, fuel went through the roof. When fuel goes through the roof, the grain market follows the fuel market, so grain went through the roof.
We're afraid, that we were going to have to sell. It was definitely one consideration.
We couldn't afford the grain bill, we couldn't afford the fuel bill, and milk price dropped like a rock to prices that we hadn't seen in 15 or 20 years.
We needed to be making twice that much. It was just an impossible situation.
So it really made it difficult to try and make a living milking cows.
And that was a pivot point for the farm. And we needed to figure something out.
And that's when the idea of Contoocook Creamery came to life.
All of our milk goes through our own processing plant and gets delivered to stores across southern New Hampshire.
We produce feed for the cows, we milk the cows, and we process the milk and put it into milk bottles, all right here on Bohanan Farm.
Some days when I have to milk cows or deliver milk, I'm out and about by 5:30 in the morning. After that, I work in my garden or work on that day's project.
On Mondays, I bottle milk. On Tuesday and Thursday, I milk the cows, and on Friday, I deliver it.
Start about 4:30 so I can get up and get the barn cleaned and get cows fed.
Get up at about 4:15, head out to milk cows, get cleaned up and go into the plant.
It's about 4:30 in the morning, my alarm starts going off. I roll out of bed and grab a cup of coffee and I'm out the door and get the plant ready to start processing milk. We have whole milk, 1% milk, half and half if you're lucky enough that we aren't sold out. We have chocolate milk, coffee milk, strawberry milk, blueberry milk.
We have beef, eggs. We've just added vegetables to the mix this summer.
So if you come out to the farm store, you can grab yourself breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and something to drink in between.
I harvest everything by hand, just have a big basket that I fill up and bring into our plant storeroom. You're getting beef that was born and grown and raised here and then stored and sold here. And it's not moving hundreds of miles around the country to get sold to you.
Local beef. It's completely different than what you're finding in the grocery store.
The most important part of all of the products we make is making sure that the animals are healthy and comfortable.
If the calf is healthy, our milking herd is going to be healthy. It's of ultimate importance to raise healthy calves.
We're more than happy to give you a tour of the farm.
We feel good about how we produce the food, and we want you to feel good about it too. But it's 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and it doesn't matter if it's a beautiful day like today or if it's 25 below zero.
20 below winter nights was not my favorite time to be out in the milking parlor.
Those cows are relying on you to go out there and take care of them so that they can take care of you.
There's a lot of laying down things today for benefits in the future.
To be a farmer is something that I've always known I've wanted to do. I leave my bedroom window open so I can hear when cows are calving, and you don't do that if you don't care about it. The future of the farm is something that my brothers and I have thought about a lot.
About the only prediction I can make is that I'm sure Bohanan Farm will continue to change and adjust.
I'm happy to hand it off to the 5th generation, if possible, to a 6th generation and beyond.
Hopefully it'll be for a few more generations.
I love being a farmer, and I wouldn't imagine being able to farm anywhere other than Contoocook, New Hampshire at Bohanan Farm.
You can make a living doing a lot of other things, but I really enjoy working with the animals and working with the land.
I'm so happy to be able to be farming. You get to spend all day outside, gorgeous weather. I wouldn't change it for the world.
So I'm really excited about the future here at Bohanan Farm and Contoocook Creamery, and really glad that I was able to be part of it.